friends. Welcome to Second Star to the Left. I'm Michelle. This is my sister Sandra. And this is Billy.
Hi.
And this is where we'll share board game reviews, ramblings, and a few wrong turns along the scenic route. Today we're going to talk about our top 5 travel games Getaway edition, which doesn't have just 5 games and isn't ranked in any way, shape, or form. Welcome to our top 5 series. The Getaway edition is a little bit different for travel games for us because we like to escape, mostly to go to a sheep and wool festival.
Usually.
Sometimes just to escape.
And sometimes there's even sheep and wool involved in the sheep and wool festival, not just games and food.
But most of the time there's games and food, and a little bit of yarn.
And a little bit of yarn.
But so when we go away on these trips, packing travel games is definitely a little bit different because it's 2-player games, things that we want to share, maybe something we want to learn.
Yeah, things we haven't tried before, that our families aren't quite willing to sit through with us as we figure out all the mechanics. So
yeah, so we have a vacation coming up this weekend.
Yep.
So we're ready, and we are absolutely not just going to bring 5 games, maybe 5 each. I'm not sure.
5 each for our 2-day getaway.
But these are, if we were limited to only 5, these would be our choices right now and in no particular order because we don't usually rank them. I'm going to start. Our first choice here for my list is going to be Brew, published by Pandasaurus Games, which we recently did a playthrough of and had a really good time. I can't wait to play this 2-player with Sandra so that we can experience a little bit more of that take that. Because at 2-player it gets really tight and the area control is a little more competitive. But this is an area control dice placement game with magical creatures in a forest, and you're brewing potions and collecting creatures and scorching down the forest, sometimes.
For ecological reasons.
Just to be nice. So this is a quick game. It plays in, I guess it was like 45 minutes, give or take. We played with 3 people when we did the playthrough, and we were kind of learning a few steps as we went, but I'm sure that we will play through it much quicker. So this is Brew by Pandasaurus Games. Nice small box, beautiful artwork, a little bit mean.
A little bit mean. So my first choice is going to be Agricola, All Creatures Big and Small. This is a 2-player game that, quite honestly, my family won't play with me anymore because there's a lot of strategy. It's a resource game, and because you're limited turns, you really have to do a lot of strategic planning to get all of your sheep, pigs, horses, cows into their enclosures and counting, and not overfill them, at which point they all escape anyway. This is a lot of fun.
See, there are sheep on the trip.
There are sheep on the trip. This is Z-Man Games. Plays, I would say, in about a half an hour, 45 minutes, in that range. But if you like Agricola, if you've played the full version, this is a good getaway game because it's like, Agricola Light, I tend to call it. Yeah. Quick, easy, still has a feeling of the game, but you get it done a little quicker.
Sheep breeding.
Sheep breeding.
The second on my list is going to be Botanik. I recently did a video about Botanik. This is one of my favorite head-to-head 2-player games. You are a mecha botanist, so you're building a machine to help you grow plants and vegetables. The world's pretty much over, and you need to save it by robot gardening. But it's a tile placement, tile drafting game. It plays very quickly, about 20 minutes once you know what you're doing. We tend to play game after game after game and a little bit of a tournament because it is quick and it's fun and you always think you can win after you just lost. So I hear I definitely don't lose. So mostly I'm going to bring this on this trip because Sandra has not played this one yet. And
I'm looking forward to it.
Well, I kill all the plants. You usually keep them alive, but we thought it would be a fun theme. I did do the video. Link will be in the description. So if you have an interest in a good 2-player head-to-head game, check out the video. That's Botanik.
So my second game is going to be Elements. Elements is a placement game. You've got the 4 elements, has kind of overtones of Othello where you can change your player's tiles to a different element. You're getting all the placements in until you dominate the board and then you win. The artwork is beautiful. The play is quick. So that's another favorite of mine.
I think we both have ButtonShy Games on the
We
list.
do. You first.
So this is the one that I am planning to bring, although to be honest, I'm probably just going to bring the little ButtonShy carrier with all of my ButtonShy games because honestly, this takes up no space. But this is Cunning Folk. I've talked about this a little bit before, but it's a bluffing and deduction game and a memory game. So you're going to spread out 9 cards onto the table. You're looking for the good witches and the bad witches and the good elders and the bad elders, and you're calling out your opponent for lying. If you get caught lying, you're going to take 1 penalty. If you get caught again, you're going to be out of the game. If you call someone out and they're not lying, then you take the penalty. So you can either find all the good witches, find all the bad witches, or not get caught lying. And not that we would ever lie, definitely not.
No.
But I can't wait to have a lot of fun playing this one, so I'm looking forward to it. And the artwork is stunning. Again, this is ButtonShy. If you haven't checked out ButtonShy, go do that.
So I'm going to do 2 games in a row here. So my ButtonShy game, my favorite, is Tussie Mussie. You will find as I come and visit Michelle more often than not, a lot of the games that I like have some connection to nature, to flowers, to the environment. So I'm kind of drawn to that aspect. But so Tussie Mussie takes flowers and the language of love and puts that all together in a fast-paced game where you are making matches and making your flowers match and preventing your opponent from getting their matches together. A lot of fun. The designer is Elizabeth Hargrave, and this is where I'm going to do my next game that I will definitely bring, which is Wingspan. Wingspan is one of my all-time favorite games, also by Elizabeth Hargrave. The art is stunning. To someone who is really interested in birds, it's a lot of fun. All the fun facts have been well researched. The cards for the birds have been amazingly detailed and designed. They're all perfectly accurate. It has a lot of replay. You are putting your birds into different habitats, matching goals, having them lay eggs, lots of different strategies involved, and just a really fun game to play, just all around good time.
And even if your level of birding is, there's a bird, it's still a fun game. The components are really great. The little birdhouse and the
Yep, you got a birdhouse, you've got the dice, you've got little colorful eggs that to put out on your birds.
And they're not candy.
And they're not candy. You should not eat them.
But they look like Cadbury eggs.
But they're not. They're not candy.
And do not eat the eggs. My next game is a trick-taking game, and here's where I'm going to have my caveat because what's a top 5 list without the bonus mentioned? But I don't think that there's a trip that we go on that we don't bring Pinochle. So
it's fair.
We grew up playing Pinochle, so we knew trick-taking games before they were hobby games.
Pretty much where we learned to be mean.
It is where we learned to be mean.
It is.
And it's genetic.
From our mother.
So we love a good trick-taking game. Tournament of Camelot is probably one of my favorite trick-taking games. We like the time period and the theme. Obviously, this beautiful illuminated manuscript artwork. In Tournament of Camelot, you're actually trying to lose a lot of the tricks. You don't want to take wounds, which is what's going to happen. You also have a character that you play, and that character has extra powers. That character sometimes has a sidekick or a magic artifact that kicks in when you get to the level of feeble. I believe it's feeble.
Yeah.
So once you're feeble, you can have an extra power. But so all the cards have powers. If you've played Fox of the Forest, you're going to know that style of trick-taking where your cards have additional powers. It's beautiful. It's quick. And the fact that you get these extra bonuses as you get weaker just keeps everything level, keeps anyone from running away with the game. there are also extra, what do they call, grail cards.
Right,
Where you
right.
get superpowers if you're doing poorly. So this is probably our favorite trick-taking game, and we're always going to bring a trick-taking game.
Yep. All right. So my next group of games, that's not cheating, right? Group of games would be any of the Tiny Epic games. I grabbed Tiny Epic Kingdoms. It was my first Tiny Epic game. It was the first Tiny Epic game, right?
First one, yeah.
We love pirates. There's just
I like zombies.
Zombies. You have Western. I don't have Western.
A little bit of poker theme.
But these are great games to take away. They have a lot of different strategy in them, a lot of levels. You're building components. You're trying to outsource and outplay and plan your opponent. They work really well as 2-player games. Haven't found one yet that I didn't like. So all the Tiny Epic games we really enjoy.
Plus, you get a full-size board game here.
Yeah,
so,
this is a full-size board game in a teeny tiny package.
yeah, by the time you set up the cards and the abilities, you have
and the meeples. Tactics has meeples with stuff. We like meeples with stuff.
But your meeples can carry an axe or a bow
a
or
sword
like that.
or a shield.
We also have Tiny Epic Dinosaurs, which actually has teeny tiny dinosaurs.
Pirates has teeny tiny pirate ships.
So
It's a great game.
Full-size game. Teeny tiny box. My last one is one of my newer games. Actually, it is my newest game, as I bought this the day before our no-buy games kicked in. I have not caved on a challenge yet, but this one came in on the last day. This is Paris, La Cité de la Lumiere, Paris City of Lights. It is a 2-player, dual-level polyomino game. So first you're building out these cobblestone streets with shapes, and then your next round you're placing polyomino shapes onto those tiles. The artwork is beautiful. It's museum quality. It's postcards and newspapers. Stunning. And it's such a tight little game that one mistake is going to cost you this game. So I cannot wait to play this one with you.
I have not played Paris yet, so this is one we're really looking forward to this weekend.
I cannot wait to get this one to the table, and we should have a good time with this one.
Yeah.
Just 5 though, right? We're just bringing 5.
Right. So my cheater game, in case, we needed another one, is Piepmatz. So again, with the birds and the environment and all of this is a strategic card-taking game. You're building up birds to the bird feeder. You have to pay attention to what number order they're going in. And the strategy comes in because you're planning 2 or 3 out. So you've got a handful of cards. You're going to put a card down, but you want to be able to claim that bird for your bird family. And so you're kind of counting out how many cards is she going to take, where is it in the lineup. Lot more strategy for a simple little game as far as a card-taking game.
You have to math.
You have to math. There is math involved.
And there are squirrels.
Because
it's a bird feeder.
Because it's a bird feeder and there are squirrels.
Squirrels.
Man, there are always squirrels.
This is one of the games we took on one of our first getaways, and we had to learn it while we were there, but I think it's come every time. So.
And that's it. So it looks like a simple, straightforward, it's a card game, it's a trick-taking game, no big deal. Lots of strategy.
Also, nobody at my house will play this with me, but you will play with me
because there's birds.
These are our getaway games.
Yep.
Like I said, travel games come in all different shapes and sizes. In this case, we are a little bit limited because we are going away a little bit further distance, a couple hours away, and we want to make sure that the boxes are reasonably small enough to pack, but we're not that limited.
And then if we actually get to the sheeps and the wolves, when we get home after walking around all day at the festival, it's nothing too big, too involved that we're not going to, bring one of our big strategic games.
We don't have the brain power for that after walking around all day. We don't have the brain
power
for that a lot of days.
There will be no mansions of madness on this trip.
There may be some madness. So that is it for our travel games getaway edition. I hope that you found something fun in here to play. Let me know what you bring on your getaways, especially 2-player getaways. Let me know what makes the list. If you like what you see or you want to keep watching till we get one right, please like, subscribe, and share. As always, open tables, open minds, and play yourselves. Today we're back to talk about our top 5 travel game.
She's very eloquent.
I am.
What's the game we used to play all the time with the black and the white dots?
Othello.
Othello.
Othello. Hey friends. Every f***ing time, man. Every time.
What?
Language.
But it's not okay.
She can edit the out.